This is not Walter Cronkite, because obviously he's dead. And I'm not going to do a fun impression like Joe. Joe's just way better at like pretty much everything. Lacrosse, impressions of Johnny Depp, and Pirates of the Caribbean. You haven't seen that. Next week you'll see it. You're going to see that. Oh, man. I just want everybody to see that now. It's really good. Like, he's swashbuckling. Like, he doesn't even need the outfit. And he's like, I'm like, oh, my God. Is this the Black Pearl? Joe's not over there making me, like, laugh because he's, like, super pumped. Never mind. You don't have a microphone, so you're just fucking up his editing process. Yeah, that's accurate. Bang. Bang. I'm like fucking like Mike Breen. Is it Breen or Green from the NBA? That's what he does whenever like Steph Curry hit a 3 in the NBA Finals back in the day. Bang! So I backed up and didn't actually yell, so Jacob didn't go deaf. It's called consideration. Consideration. I don't know if it's going to be a rant today, because I don't want to be like that. And it's like too aggressive, and I get all hopped up, and I go to the McDonald's drive-thru, and they don't know why I'm angry, and I'm like, give me a large Diet Coke, and they're like, anything else? I'm like, no. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, okay, like, I got somebody that needs a large Diet Coke, okay? It's not for me. And they always judge, because I see these ladies way too often, and they're always, well, you drink a lot of Diet Coke. I'm like, no, I fucking don't. I don't drink any Diet Coke. She drinks Diet Coke at home, and you know they don't believe there's a she at home. They are 100% sure that somebody that orders only a Diet Coke and a medium fry every Friday is alone. And right they are to assume that, because that sounds like someone who has given up and is lucky to even have the car that they are driving through the drive-thru with. It's sad because I'm just realizing that these people definitely think that I am fucking like homeless and don't have anybody. Follow the podcast, you'll fucking see better. I have a garage that I also don't. It's not mine. It's not even my garage. So for all you people that don't think I have a place to live, I do. I'm not going to give you my Instagram account like some fun people that I'm friends with, but I do. I have a family and everything. Mine's public too, but not for the same weird reasons that my friend tried to describe earlier in this episode. Might not have even been on the episode, actually, which is really upsetting, because like the story that this motherfucker said was awesome. Okay. So realistically, the rant, I guess, is that I've like heard from like 1,000 people like in the last like fucking week, and obviously it's not 1,000. So all you like butthurt people are like, oh, obviously 1,000 people. Yeah, I'm sure they all talk to you about this thing with Disney opening again. Yeah, it wasn't 1,000 people. Why the fuck would I talk to 1,000 fucking strangers about Disney maybe opening again? But I've heard that they are going to like kind of open, but not with rides, just the food. Who the fuck in their right mind would be dumb enough to go pay a ticket for a day? Don't raise your hand. So I'm going to go spend money on a ticket to go to Disney for the day, to not be able to ride any rides, but to then go spend more money on food that will 50-50 either be mediocre or dog shit. Yeah. The sad thing is, there's gonna be plenty of people that fucking line up and are super jazzed up to like have like Mickey walk behind them while they pay for like a burrito or some bullshit that isn't a burrito, that's like mass produced by a bunch of like white people who like don't even, they like to say fajitas. Okay, like, and they're gonna spend like $15 on that, and then they're gonna get a large Coke. Make sure that diabetes starts pumping in real fast as they get told, no, there is no refills. You just need to spend another $15 for another Coke. We just hope you die before you even leave the park, because then we can just keep your kids here and they'll work here for the rest of their days. You think those are fucking like puppets and animatronic things in like the fucking like Small World? No, those are kids whose parents died on the way out from a diabetic stroke. Is that too dark? I took my son on that when he was like 8 months old. As soon as we got into the tunnel where it gets dark, he immediately knew better. Which is awesome, because that shit is slow. So that's a lingering 15 minutes of just being a horrible parent. And enjoy the nightmares. You know what we're going to do when you get to be 3? We're going to watch Deliverance. If you don't know what that's about, a grown man gets raped in the woods somewhere in West Virginia, I believe. John Voight, Burt Reynolds. If you'd like to scar your children and make sure you pay for thousands of dollars of therapy, please rent that film. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon Prime. Probably a deal. Probably $2.99 or something like that. It is rough. Why am I talking about this? I did that. I was like 12 and I was like, I love the banjo. Burt Reynolds is fucking cool. I've seen The Longest Yard. Let's watch this. And my stepfather, Dave, was like, yeah, let's do it. Full well knowing that I was going to go to bed, wake up screaming in the middle of the night like, I don't want to squeal. I just don't. Pretty sure like a couple weeks later, we followed that up with It. It was around the same age. Couldn't shower for a while. Had to cover that with all the loofahs. Used to get yelled at every single time I get out of the shower. Why are all the loofahs covering the drain? I'm like, because that fucking clown just opens that shit right up. And then my mom, being the nice parent she was like, so the loofahs would stop this clown from stretching apart the drain? I'm like, well, now that you say it like that, it sounds like they probably would just fall through and he'd still be able to get me. But it gives me a peace of mind, Mom. While we don't shower with Suave soap, which is the cheapest kind you can get at Walmart, we shower with the Walmart brand, which if you don't know about that because you have good parents, it's not even like, it didn't even say like a fun name or anything. It just says shampoo in like the most basic font you never would have picked on your Windows 98 computer, okay? Like they didn't even go as far as to go to Baltic. They like just left it in the blank, like fucking the none. There's nothing. It was just like, yeah, these are going to be words. Just said shampoo. And it's like, Mom, like, I just want to like smell good. Like, she's like, yeah, well, this is some like water that like somebody like, I don't know, threw some dish soap that they forgot at their house into a bottle and they charged just like only $3.99. So get clean. Again, I'm not going to do that to my kid. I mean, the movies I'm going to force him to watch are Star Wars. He'll probably hate him before he's like 10 because I'm going to be like, dude, you're not paying attention. Okay, these are pivotal plot points. Okay, Jar Jar Binks is bringing them back to the Gungan City. And my son hopefully will probably be smart enough to be like, this is a wasted character. They could have gone to the Gungan City with somebody that didn't sound like they had just vacationed in Jamaica for 2 weeks, but was actually a white person. Which kind of sounds bad now, because I know that the guy that like played it did a really good job. That's a hard suit to actually do it in, and he was an African-American gentleman. Sorry. He's got a nicer house than me, so I'm not like shitting on anybody. Anything else? That boring. Thank you for your input, Joe. Shove another match in your mouth and maybe don't yawn. Realistically, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I can't drink anything correctly. All out of my mouth, not a big deal. No calories. Light cranberry juice. Do it. Ocean Spray's hooking us up over here. We're never going to get fat. No, Joe wanted to talk about the Dr. Seuss thing, and I kind of wanted to give my little spiel on that, I guess. And, like, the thing I'm bummed out about is that, like, people, like, are, like, looking into, like, dude, yeah, he's an old racist guy. But just take parts of those books or whatever, like, things. Dude, there's some Dr. Seuss stuff that's the best. Like, Green Eggs and Ham, okay? Like, it's awesome. People are like, oh, no, but they look like making fun of. You all still watch Disney movies, correct? From, like, the biggest Jew-hating dude in the world, right? Like, every big movie that guy made for the longest time has huge anti-Semitic fucking portions in all of them. Okay? Why do all the villains in every movie before, like, 1980 look like the cartoons that the Nazis used to make of bankers? Okay? Why? Because he was an asshole. But you loved him because Mickey Mouse he's a fucking mouse. Like, get off Dr. Seuss's ass. First of all, he's been dead forever. What's he doing to you? Fucking Christ. Like, he's all so sensitive. Oh, man, Eminem's bad. He, like, raps about, you know, has Eminem ever brought up on rape charges or anything like that? Elvis was. Elvis raped a bunch of people. Everybody loves the king. I feel like I brought him up before. Sorry, he's a prick. It's stupid. Like we pick and choose now because, like, he said the word faggot. Sorry. When we were kids, man, people called me that all the time, okay? I'm not gay, but, like, that was, like, the biggest insult you could have when you were in, like, 6th grade because nobody knew what that was yet. We thought it was a pile of sticks. That's what we were told by our lying parents. And if you're telling me that wasn't told to you, you're a liar too, okay? Like, my mom was like, don't use that word. It's a bad word. It's a pile of sticks. And I was like, how does that fucking correlate to a bad word? That seems like kind of a half-assed insult, actually. Sorry, Jake. For real. Am I the only person? I know nobody's going to comment on this other than my mother, but, like, you're the one that did it. Like, pile of sticks. That's a load of shit. Or a cigarette. That one I believe, though, because you hear it in old movies in England and shit. But it's just a fag. Man, I feel like that sounded like so overemphasized, especially with the acoustics. Like, it was just like fine. The G was hard. Don't use words to hurt people, okay? Like, when you use the connotation, we all know, okay? And that, for some words, you just don't use them at all because, like, there's never a good connotation, okay? But, like, Dr. Seuss, man, like, he was just an annoying kid trying to have this fucking, like, weird looking, like, bear / kind of man looking dude, like, fucking eat some, like, weird ass eggs and ham. Maybe he should have just ended the book immediately, being like, that looks like it's probably bad. And he'd be like, oh, Sam would be like, oh, what do you mean it's bad? It's green, Sam. Like, how many eggs are green? When's ham been green? Was this Joe's favorite holiday, St. Patrick's Day? Yeah, no, I'm going to let it go. I have to let it go because this motherfucker keeps, like, popping matches in his mouth like they're goddamn chiclets. Okay, if you don't know what chiclets are, you're too young to be watching this, so go fuck off. Have a great week. I'm going to ask this guy why he has an addiction to chewing on matches. Thank you. Adieu. Auf Wiedersehen.
Hey guys and girls, if you took the time to check us out today, make sure to check out all future episodes by following us on Instagram, where you can also find our link tree in our bio, where you'll be directed to our Spotify and YouTube page.
Oh, man, I love how amazing you just did that. That was incredible. You'll be directed right to our page. And, again, this is Dicks in Your Life. Thanks for watching. You heard all of the shenanigans he was just talking about. We're on Spotify, YouTube. You can subscribe on our page. It's Dicks in Your Life. You shouldn't have to search that long. There's not too many. And it's Dicks with an X.
Also, don't misspell it on Google.
You can listen to him interrupt me with dumb anecdotes for the rest of the time. Have a good one, guys.
Peace out.
Shut the fuck up.